welcome back to my channel and welcome back to week 19 of my becoming an artist journey. I am going to keep the intro pretty short. Obviously, I'm just filming on my phone, but I think I'm going to have a lot of art stuff, so I just want to get right into it. Inspiration for the week. Okay, so first off, I finished The Light of All That Falls. This is the third book in the Licanius trilogy by James Islington. I would rate it probably a 4 out of 5. I did not like one of the 4 main characters, which was then kind of rough because we did a lot of lore dumps about him and a lot of his past kind of thing, which was important but was boring. The other 3 characters were good though, and there was definitely plenty of action to keep me going, and yeah, I did enjoy. So now I am reading Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. This is her newest book. I am reading this as book club with my friend, and we're just reading 5 or 10 chapters every few days. That one is a vampire book, and I am not historically a vampire fan, but I am a V.E. Schwab fan, so I'm going to give it a go. I am also reading T. Kingfisher's new book, who is one of my favorite authors. This is Hemlock and Silver. This is technically a Snow White retelling. Again, I'm not super into retellings generally, but I like T. Kingfisher, so I'm going to give it a go. We're doing Horror Light for this month, I guess. So I will keep you posted on how those go. As far as games go, I'm going to be playing a lot of Silksong, so I finished Stardew Valley over the weekend. I've now 100% completed Stardew Valley. Now, I've 100% completed Stardew Valley according to Stardew Valley, but there are still 2 achievements I don't have. The first one is I've never done the Jojo Mart thing, and I've also never completed the Prairie King arcade game. If there is another update to Stardew Valley, I might revisit it to do those 2 things and then to do whatever is new. But functionally, I have 100% completed it, which is exciting. And as far as artists go, I can't think of any off the top of my head. This week, I am still incredibly behind on my assignments for school. I am hoping to get through them this week so that I can get back with the lessons next week. I do have to design a software box in Photoshop. I think I'm going to change that to designing an art book, which is going to be harder, but it excites me a little bit more than designing like a software box with some sort of like mech on it or something. I don't know. I also have to do some word art stuff I'm not excited about, but it's okay. I've already started the drawing 10 game video movie characters from reference, and I've just started the draw 5 characters from imagination, so those I'm hoping to get done. I'd really like to get at least 1 or 2 assignments done today, and then I might do some work over the weekend to start on the next lesson because I've kind of been stagnating for a few weeks. So yeah, that's where we're at. Let's get into it. It is currently Wednesday of week 20. I am kind of wondering how long I'm gonna do the week thing, and I feel like it is important to show how long it's taken to make progress, but it will get annoying at some point. I'll at least go to a year, and we'll see from there. I do have a couple updates. I have book updates, and then I have class updates. Okay. I finished Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. This was my book club with my friend. I would probably rate this a 3.5 out of 5 stars, and I think she would probably rate it like a 4 out of 5. Basically, if you like vampires, I think you would like this. It adds a decent amount of depth to the normal vampire story, and it was pretty decent. The end was a little bit lackluster, but I liked probably about 50% of the book, and then the rest I could like tolerate. So yeah, this was okay. So now I'm reading T. Kingfisher's new book, Hemlock and Silver. This is a Snow White retelling, so I'm hoping to finish this week. As far as art school goes, so I finally have caught up on my assignments. I had 6 of them that I was behind on. We are going to be jumping back into perspective, it looks like, and we're going to be probably doing more complex perspective, like 4 and 5 point perspective, maybe? I don't know. We'll find out. So I am going to be jumping back into the lecture content next week, so week 21. I do think that I would like to do a few perspective studies before then, because perspective is still something I'm super weak in. So that is my goal. But I also am going to be finally watching season 2 of Arcane this week, I think. I'm so far behind on everything. So there's a distinct possibility that I'm going to be drawing Arcane fan art instead, because that's kind of just how it goes. I also am absolutely loving Silksong, so I might end up just drawing bugs. I need to be doing perspective studies for school, but we might be drawing bugs. We'll see. I am going out of town this week to finish my tattoo, so I'm going to take you with me for that. Let's go. Bye. I do have the sticker test update. So the curled ones, curled really bad. This is still shockingly a tiny bit sticky, but this is rough. And yes, this one had the bunching issue when I did the laminate like I talked about, but even so, these curl so much. I had something on these to try to keep them flat, and they just... So the Buttercrafts matte with the Buttercrafts laminate is not my favorite. The Buttercrafts glossy with the Origard laminate held up print-wise pretty well, but again, the curling is insane. Here are the 2 that did not go on the water bottle. And they do look okay. The glossy, like I said before, the Buttercrafts glossy paper almost is iridescent, so it looks really funky underneath the matte Origard laminate, but also just curling. They're so curly. The clear one actually did okay. I know it looks bad, but it is a silver bottle, so it can't be clear. It did start peeling on the sides, but it doesn't look too bad. Sorry, this has dog hair on it. I did take this one off the backing to see how clear it was, and they're also not that clear. They're quite frosty, which is not the end of the world, but not perfect. They did hold up way better than the other ones, though, so I don't think that this is a bad combo, but they didn't curl quite as much as all of the other ones, so that one wasn't bad. This I would say is my runner-up. But in my test, the clear winner is this GWYBKQ sticker paper with the Buttercrafts laminate. It's not perfect. I think there's an air bubble in it. Oops, that's probably my fault. It's not perfect. Like, you can see that it did start buckling on the corners a tiny bit. And honestly, that might be the laminate. and it did get a chunk out of it from just being in the dishwasher. But this is obviously the clear winner. The other ones that did not go in the dishwasher are not very curled, and they still look pretty good. So if this were on a notebook or something, I mean, I just had these kind of laying around and putting stuff on them. If these were on something that's not going in the dishwasher, they'd probably be fine. I do think that I want to try this paper with this laminate and make a truly matte sticker. And I think I'm going to do a follow-up test on that before I make any like real decisions. But I kind of am just wondering if the Buttercraft stuff is too thick, which makes it kind of bunch and fold. But yeah, so I would say my first round of testing is complete, and I do have my clear favorites, but I think we should probably do a round 2 just to be safe.